Okay, so today will go down as potentially, I think, one of the best posts I have ever made on IG. Let's talk about it. The post in question is every single Vokey low bounce wedge grind compared. This is the first time I've ever photographed all of these myself, and I can see all the angles and how they differ slightly, so let's run through them. Wedge numero uno is going to be the M grind. This is a classic C-shaped grind, and it is also known as Bob Vokey's favorite. Basically, this is going to give you the most all-around performance, I would say, for a variety of techniques and a variety of conditions. You have your main bounce on the front edge, and then followed by some relief back here on the trail edge, toe, and heel. Basically, if you like opening the face, but you don't really want to think about different grinds and widths and techniques, just get an M grind and you'll probably be okay. What you're going to notice is I follow each grind up with a secondary grind that was made off of the base of the first one. This next one being the A+ grind. Now I know on the surface here, it literally looks like nothing, but what this is essentially the M grind with the middle ribbon removed. That little ribbon in the middle of the sole. This strip that runs the entirety was ground off. The ribbon essentially gives a level of resistance to digging, which if you're a really good player or you play in really firm conditions, you might not want, but you might really like the M grind and the width of it and the versatility, but you don't want to feel that deflection or that ribbon through the ground, so they just took it out. Moving on, we have the low bounce K grind, which is a 6 degree, but it is based off of the original 14K grind. And the difference between those two is the fact that the 14K is probably more like that angle, and this one's a little bit flatter, but you retain the width that the normal K has. The width makes it a very nice bunker wedge, but the fact that it's flatter makes it better in firmer conditions, or if you like to open up the face compared to the standard K grind. Then you have the K star, which is based off of the low bounce K. But on this wedge, you have leading edge relief and trail edge relief. The leading edge relief helps the leading edge sit up a little bit more at address, and it makes it more resistant to digging. And the trail edge relief allows you to open this thing up a little bit more compared to the normal low bounce K and still very easily get underneath the golf ball. I would argue this is the Swiss Army knife of Vokey wedges. Moving on to what is likely the most popular wedge on all major tours, that is the T grind. Again, a C-shaped grind, but the difference is this front section is narrower and this back section is wider. This allows you to open the shit out of this thing in firm conditions and very easily get underneath the golf ball. Arguably the most versatile wedge that Vokey makes. Moving on, we have the V grind, which isn't really based off of the T necessarily, but they're very similar. Similar in terms of shape. The two differences between the T and the V is the fact that it is wider from front to back, and also the front angle is much steeper. So this is essentially a T grind for somebody who plays in soft conditions or has a lot of shaft lean on their fuller shots. Think of it as a higher bounce T grind. And our final two, this is going to be a little bit quicker. We have the L grind, which is essentially a narrower version of the M grind. M, L. Spoiler alert, the D is a wider version of the M. And lastly, we have the A grind, which if you are a smart person, you would have guessed is very similar to the A+. Yes, it's the L grind with the ribbon removed, like the A+ is the M grind with the ribbon removed. Now, I'm a wedge nut because honestly for me, I love to know that no matter how bad I'm playing, I can still shoot under par. I can still shoot even par, okay? Like if I miss 10, 12 greens and I'm just hitting it like dog, I can get everything up and down. So I love wedges. I spend a lot of time testing wedges. I think everybody should spend a decent amount of time getting fit for your gap and sand wedges, sure, but especially the lob wedge. And one of the main reasons is confidence. You want to know that no matter how fucked you are, you can save yourself. And that is what having a good lob wedge does. So absolutely get fit or test a lot of lob wedges. Vokey has one of the most extensive lineups you'll ever see. It is actually impressive how many wedges they have come out with.